Anyway, I researched like the top three things outside of leverage as well that I can discuss. But tonight's going to be pretty simple. We have a module to follow, and I'm going to follow it to the T. Okay. 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 So, okay, so now I'm going to commit to a screen share and I'm going to commit to making sure that people can get in this room. Hi, Dr. Joppy. Hi, Mom. Don't be
Hello.
correcting don't be correcting my dates, Mom. She's like, what is this?
I'm like, you didn't even announce it this morning. You know I don't be
You
watching.
know, you know what's funny about that? I was so caught up in the fact that we were back in Clubhouse and so excited we were doing the room that I literally forgot. And then by the time I got to the studio so we could do the show today, it's on me. Anyway, I'll make sure that Janine, because she posted that and I just copied whatever she says, so please forgive me. But yeah, we're gonna make this quick, brief, get in and out because I know we've had a good day today. Dr. Jappy, thank you. Where in the world are you? Because I know you're not in America. Or if you are, it won't be for long. Where are you?
I am home
Oh,
for 3 weeks and then I'm out. So yeah.
so anyway, let me respect everybody's time. It's going to be fun tonight. We're going to talk about my favorite subject. I don't talk about it much because I don't even know how to explain it. I'm not going to lie. I need some spiritual. This is why we have spiritual mothers like Prophetess Blackstock because I don't know how to explain leverage. Spiritually, I can just say that being connected to God is the highest leverage we'll ever have on the earth. I don't know anything outside of it, but if you are going to be connected to God and you know you're connected to God, that means you're going to follow some very stringent rules, okay? And people don't like them. They don't like that law and order, honey. But it is a part of God's plan for our lives, and leverage is the law of wealth. And I'm so excited about it. It's my favorite thing, but I don't talk about it much because it's very hard to explain when it comes to your money, meaning I'm gonna give prophetess and I have to sow my seeds, but I'm gonna give prophetess $2,500, right? Well, let's just say because 2026 we're sowing a $2,026 seed, right? But we're gonna usher in the year planting a very nice seed for the rest of the year. And when we break that down, which prophetess did so beautifully, divided by 12, it's not gonna be 2026. That means prepare. So I guess for leverage, the best thing to do is to prepare. I created a new shirt that says "Don't do it scared, do it prepared," which I'm really proud of, by the way. I love my shirt. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all. But my point is that I think preparation, I guess, is the only word that I can use at this moment to explain leverage. You know God is coming. You don't know the day or the hour. You don't know the time that God is going to say A, B, C, or D. You know something's coming, right? But you don't know. You don't know why because you need to prepare. And so when I look at my let me go to my cute shirt, y'all. Y'all going to like my shirt. Everybody going to have to see my creation. So I started here with the don't do it scared, do it prepared, because a lot of people are training the brain, do it scared. If you're scared, do it scared. How about we remove fear? Because I think my Bible, I don't know about y'all, but my Bible says we do not operate. We do not focus on that. We don't be nor dismayed, be not afraid nor dismayed. That's what my Bible says. And my Bible says that we don't have to worry about fear because it's a non-qualifying factor. The fact that fear exists means that you're not those whom he qualified, predestined, he pre-qualified, he pre-did some things. That means there was a state of preparation, knowing that yes, there's going to be some knocks at your door you're not going to like. But because you're prepared, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about fear. Which I like my shirt. Put some fire in the chat for me because I think I'm cute right here. I think I'm cute. I was so excited. I was like, yes, I love it. I love it. Anyway, my point is it's not even about the shirt as much as it's about the fact that I want people to understand The best way I can explain leverage is preparation. All right. So, with that being stated, we're going to go to our module. It's very stringent, very strategic. But before I get started, I never really do this. And my spirit is telling me to do this. Does anybody have any question about leverage when it comes to your money expanding? Does anybody have any questions about leverage? Speak now, forever hold your peace, because when I roll, I roll. Anybody? Okay, I'm gonna ask a better question. Is everybody leveraging their money? I can't see the chat.
I believe so.
Well, Prophet, you
That's
are.
what I was about to say. I think so.
That is the cutest thing ever. Okay, so that's good. No problem. And that is why we have these conversations. So this is awesome. I love it. Well, I'm going to tell you a surefire way that you know you're leveraging your money. Prophetess, can I please use you and please tell a little bit of your business, please, just on the investment side of the $3,000.
Yes, you can
Okay.
use me.
I
Your,
have to
your
ask for.
dad is here. He's trying to get in. Go
Hey,
to the
Dad.
leverage. Go to the learn and
Okay.
earn.
Okay.
Yes,
So
you can.
I'm going to use my mom as leverage. See how that works? I'm going to use my mom as leverage. So remember, I just asked her if I could use her testimony to tell how to leverage. That is leverage in and of itself. Because so you got to ask yourself, Deaconess Deandra, am I using my money to get access to other money? So I'm about to use mom's testimony for my testimony. So right now we're practicing leverage, and this is about money, but we're not. She didn't give me nothing, and I didn't give her nothing.
Yeah, I might have to get out.
Oh, hi, Dad.
No,
That's my handsome father. He went on mute because there's an echo. But anyway, my point is, when it comes to leverage, it is literally how you were born. You had two people that lent you or allotted you an inheritance of 23 chromosomes. And each of those 23 chromosomes built that 46 chromosome pattern. That pattern brought you into trillions because your zygote, aka your egg and your sperm coming together, recreated trillions and trillions of cells, which you have in your body right now. Okay, that was from a leveraging moment of two people coming together to create the you. So I'm using her testimony. She invested $3,000. Okay. She invested $3,000. And I think that thing popped up to, I think we got up to five. Trauma happened in the market. We're still at five. Right. So over time, she leveraged her 3,000 into the stock markets, mainly NVDA. And I'm going to say that about 42,000 times because I cannot tell you what stock to buy. I cannot give stock advice because you will lose your shirt in the stock market. Okay, honeys? I will tell you this, that I'ma say I bank on NVIDIA. Dr. O got in it when it was $53, rolled it up, speak the word, Dr. O, to $1,200. When it split 10 to 15 times, she's still riding that wave. She never sold. She never moved it. She didn't do nothing. Prophetess was a part of that process. She didn't know she leveraged her money. Her job wasn't to know, her job was to know to leverage. So leverage is not necessarily knowing the entire process and hows and whys and Jesus and Lord and please and why did he do this and why did she say that and why did my job and why and why. That's not leverage. Leverage is how. Leverage is how. And a lot of times you won't know how. You don't need to know how. Okay. And if you want to get a know how, truly study to show yourself approved, then take courses, lessons, classes by professionals that can teach you, train you, certify you. Okay. Get you qualified in order to do what it is, whatever it is you want to do. Because then you'll be leveraging your education and your skill and talent for money. Okay. Which is a job or a career or a business. So leverage is simply the ability to use in order to gain. Type the word gain in the chat because y'all gonna gain something real quick. All right, so Prophetess leveraged 3,000, grew it up to 5,000. Now, my advice to Prophetess is that when it gets to 3,000, which it should be over the next few months, because the market is insane. NVIDIA is a $4 trillion company. Beat out Google, beat out Apple, beat out Microsoft. Do you hear me? The Magnificent Seven don't understand this eighth. Okay? God rested on the seventh day, but that eighth day is a very secret moment that nobody really knows
Wait a minute,
about.
dog. You meant to say when it get to 10,000.
No. Yes, okay, that's fine. I'll let Prophetess have her day in court today. Yes, ma'am, when it gets to 10,000. But what I'm gonna teach a strategy on leveraging at
Okay.
100%. So yes, keep your money. No, I'm flipping your money to 10,000, mom. So let's be very clear. This is
Okay,
what we
that's something
did.
different. Okay.
Yeah, it's not different, but it is a new process that I love that you brought that up. But what I'm saying to Prophetess Blackstock is you put in 3, when it gets to 6, you take your original 3 and going on to glory. Glory to glory, precept to precept. You've leveraged at 100%. So when her account says 6,000, Dr. O will be sending her principal of 3,000. Put 3,000 in the chat.
Come on
When
now.
she gets her 3,000, Dr. O's gonna flip her house money to 10,000. Now
Jesus.
she has leverage. So the 3,000 did a job, worked for her where she was sleeping, she was traveling, she been preaching and screaming at us, she been praying with us, loving on us, she been doing her life. Her money was working on her behalf as leverage. When it gets to 100%, she gets her 3,000 back. Dr. O takes that 3,000 worth of profit and flips it to 10 and keeps sending her 3,000 every time she turn around. Speak the word, Dr. O. Now that's leverage. And when you want to think about leverage, you think about when Dr. O did a television commercial for Telligence Media, Boulevard Media to Telligence Media. I did a Vibe line commercial, don't judge me, on BET and so on and so on and so forth, right? I was the cute little girl in the video saying, hey, call me at 900, 1-800, whatever. Right? It was a date. It was a date. I didn't know. I was a kid. I was homeless. I went in there to get something to eat. They were doing a commercial. I auditioned and made the commercial. I promise I was hungry, okay? I promise I was sleeping in my car. And I promise y'all I needed something to eat. I had no idea what the building was. Landed a television commercial. In that commercial, they paid me $3,500 one year. Then the next year, then the next year, then the next year, called a royalty. Because it is very regal, which means legal. Legal and regal, same word. Change the letters, the meaning is the same. It is law that you leverage. That's a law. They don't talk about, oh, the universal law of attraction and the universal law of such and such and the law of compensation and the law of this. They never really talk about the law of leverage. It's out there. And the reason why they don't is because it's very difficult to understand. To apply, excuse me. It's not difficult to understand as much as it is to apply, because who wants to have their money sitting somewhere away from them? Who wants to send their money to somebody and they don't really know the process? It brings on trust issues, commitment issues, I don't know issues. I got a bill I need to pay issues, where my money at issues. You see what I'm saying? So it starts to bring leverage is very uncomfortable. Thank you, God. So anyway, they sent me royalties. And they have to keep paying me as long as they're making money, I'm making money. So royalties and leverage are similar, not the same. And the reason why is because royalties can end, they can stop. Leverage doesn't stop. As long as there's a levy, it's going to continue, but the levy in and of itself needs to be sustained. So that's the introduction to leverage. Profit is put in, she's receiving, and then once she gets her principal, that same money that she left is still gonna keep making money. And every time I see 3,000, I'm gonna treat it like a royalty and continue to pay her 3,000 every 3,000. But she only put in one time. Speak the word, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat for your lives, okay? All right. Can everybody see my screen? I can't see the chat, so y'all got to talk to me.
I can't see it. I don't know if it's
No, we
just
don't see it.
Oh no. We gon' fix that for you. Okay. All righty. How about now?
Nope.
I can't see it.
Jesus is not on the main line.
Nope.
Hold on.
Am I the only one?
All we see is you.
No, I
Aw. No, I can't see it.
picture.
Okay, it's
There we go.
something popping up now.
Yep. Because I know it's not the internet. Okay, not this time. All right, so you guys can see my screen.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
the leverage module is going to give a little bit more detail. We gave a story, a testimony, use prophetess as an example, and you understand that leverage simply means to put something in a place that can hold something else up. Right now, we're talking about income. So we're building our own economy through leverage. And so we're using assets to leverage. We're going to use credit to leverage, and we're going to use our network, which is us on the phone and people we know to scale. Mom, you got a hot mic.
Oh, excuse me.
No, it's
I'm
okay. I
over
want some cabbage too. You know what I'm saying? I want some cabbage as well. Anyway, use assets, credit, and network to scale. So, module 6, we reviewed our topic, which was multiplying our money through smart investments, right? But here, leverage is your knowledge, your money, and opportunities to unlock massive financial growth and freedom. So, I don't know that people know what freedom really means, okay? Freedom is not the lack of challenge or something like that. Freedom simply means that when a challenge comes, you're not running from it because you can master it 10 times over, 7 times over, 5 times over, 2 times over, any more than 1 time over, okay? That's what freedom really means. Is that yes, you have chains, you put them on my wrist, but I know they don't belong there, and I have the tools and resources to make sure that they don't stay. That doesn't mean that they won't try to put the chains on you, okay? I think sometimes people think freedom simply means the lack of chains. No, 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 no. The chains are there. It's just that they don't belong on you, right? That's what freedom represents, okay? So as we do our overview, it's going to be about your resources mainly, which is the relationships and money. That's what I'm going to be talking about today. And then when we talk about financial gains, if you don't have a plan for $10 million, I'm going to say, this is Dr. O. This is not God. This is not the Holy Spirit. This is not biblical per se. I'm going to say, if you don't plan for 10 mil, you're not going to have 10 mil. If you get it, you're going to lose it. It's just me. I'm just going to say that. I'm sure we can back it up with a whole lot of other stuff, a lot of data, but I'm speaking from experience. And I know most people do not have a $10 million plan. I'm not judging because that might not be your lot in life. But if you don't have even $1 million plan, and let's just do retirement, you're 30 to 40, let's even say 60 years old, you're going to have just on a $40,000 a year life, you're going to have millions to compensate you through retirement. Okay, let's say you retire at 60 because you're done. And you have 40 years, you have 30, 20, whatever years you have. We don't know because we getting so many messages about so many things. We don't know how long we have. But let's just say we're going to go with God, and we're going to say that we definitely have another 40 years, okay? And within that 40-year time frame, for 40 years, every year times 40,000, add it up yourself and see what you need to make. So in order for you to leverage, you're going to have a number in mind. Now, this is the teacher coming out of me and letting you understand that you've got to have a number in mind. It ain't Dr. O. It isn't what so-and-so has. I don't even want to name a name right here because I want it to be pure. It's not what whoever has, but you better have your number in mind in your, because retirement is not an age, it's a strategy, right? So you don't, well, Dr. Oh, I gotta work. I gotta work. That's fine. But couldn't you still have a retirement if you didn't work? I don't understand why people think they have to. I gotta. Well, if I don't do it, somebody else won't do it. Well, if I don't, I'm the only one I can depend on. Don't trust in no man. And it's like, I get it and I'm with you. Even the Bible says trust in God and don't be trusting on men. I agree. I understand it. But at some point, you have to trust some system that God created, though. You can trust a leveraging system, a divine leveraging system. No, you may not trust Boom Shika, but you can trust God. And God provides the system. So leverage is about you sustaining future growth. So I'm a macro person with a micro movement. I'm a macro with a micro movement. That is not for everybody. That's a tough position to be in because people do not like that long term. They like that microwave pop pop. I put in $100. Where my 50 at? No, it doesn't work like that. We're not at the casino. Okay. So in this economy, you're going to multiply your returns, but you have to have a base, a foundation. The foundation is the levy or the leverage. Your house is leveraged on top of that plat of land and that cement foundation. If you live on a cement foundation, I'm in Texas, so everything's cement. Or you have a beam and you put the beam down, there has to be some poles that go deep, deep, deep down in order for you to leverage that bridge, right? So that's how your money needs to be looking. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, I'm specifically talking about assets, credit, and networks. I woke up this morning from a dream and I have no idea, but it was pounding my head, like hitting me like a small little hammer. I won't lie and act like it was a sledgehammer, but there was a hammer knocking on my eyebrow this morning. And it said income-based assets and asset-based assets. Now, I just woke up. I heard it as loud as I'm saying it, like literally hitting the right side of my head like a little hammer. Okay. And I'm like, assets, making assets, and income-based assets. So I repeated it a few times as I was waking up, because I don't know where it came from. Why? That was not what I dreamt about last night. And so as I heard it and the Rhema came, it didn't matter why. I just kept saying it over and over and over until I fully was awake and fully got up, brushed my teeth and things of that nature, and got online to the clubhouse room. That's what I was saying all morning. Now that's a secret gem I'm dropping, because I didn't even remember that I had wrote module number 7 about assets. Okay. So I'm saying that out loud because obviously God gave that to me for a reason. Now I'm still developing what that means, but I know that your assets need to create more assets. Thank you, Lord. And your income needs to create more assets. That's what I heard this morning. I'm giving it to y'all tonight. All right. I didn't even say it in the room today, but use assets, credit, and your network to scale. Use assets, credit, and your network to scale. Use assets, credit, and your network to scale. Well, a lot of people don't know about assets. I became rich way before I even knew what cash flow was. I didn't care about cash. I still do not. But do I like to receive it more and more? Yes, I do. Do I respect cash flow? Yes, I do. I didn't have a respect for it, so then I didn't keep it. Let's be clear. I'm going to be very honest with y'all. I'm big on having stuff that I can sell and liquidate and transfer and things of that nature. So I focused on that, and what you focus on expands. So you can't miss me on assets. I'm what do you call that? Unhireable. You can't hire me based on my assets, because it wouldn't make any sense to hire me because I have so many assets. I don't need a job. That's all I knew. That's all I focused on. That's not good. I'm not bragging. I'm saying that was how I got rich. Now that I have assets, I leverage, and now I have 6 figures worth of credit. So the way that I was able to leverage 6 figures worth of credit, number one, other people. Number one, becoming an authorized user on other people's credit cards. Me allowing people to be an authorized user on my credit cards. That's number one. People don't want to hear that. People don't understand that. People don't trust people. So what Dr. O does is she doesn't give people the credit card. She'd be a fool. Mom, did we talk about foolish? Let me talk about some foolishness real quick. You be a fool. Yes, yes, yes. You be a fool to hand your credit card with somebody else's name on it to the person. But it's your credit, it's your account, and it's your obligation and responsibility. You can love them. You can, not spouse, maybe not even child, but outside of your own household, you be a fool. The best way to help a person leverage a relationship, leverage your credit, you can go ahead and get the credit in their name. Get them their credit card, authorized usership. Keep it to yourself and use it for gas. Every other tank of gas, use their card to help them establish their credit. Once they make a major purchase, a business loan, a debt consolidation loan, a home or a car, or any type of equipment that's going to help them do their business, anything of an asset base, once they get it, cut them off the credit card, be done with the relationship unless they pay you per month to keep it. And they still don't get the card. They don't need it. Oh my God, that's a word. Lord have mercy, God. Cut them off. We read a scripture, Psalm 118. Cut them off. If you love them, you'll cut it off. Okay? They don't need it. They leveraged the relationship. They got what they needed. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Everybody's happy. Go home. You take your basketball. I'm going to take my basketball. We're going to go home. Okay? When you're leveraging credit with other people as authorized users, you do not give them the credit card. Now, I give my son my credit card since he was 12 years old. Oh, Lord have mercy. He's 24. That's 12 years. That man has experience with credit. He don't touch them cards. I have to beg him to use those cards, okay? Because he understands interest and not paying it back and having to use this money for that money. Does that make sense? So he understands that. But he also knows how to leverage the credit. And when his cousin wants to get a laptop, he'll buy it on his Best Buy credit card. His cousin will give him the cash, and then he'll make the payments back or allow his cousin to make the payments back so that his cousin can learn the process of credit. So he does do stuff like that, but he does not play around with that credit card. So people like that, I trust. People that don't like using credit, you can have a credit card all day because you're not going to use it, right? So I said all that to say that's the number one way. The number one way, undisclosed, untalked about. How did Bob get all of that stuff? He leveraged. Number two, 740 plus credit score. Well, doctor, I got a little, well, that's on you. Pay them people. Never carry a balance on your credit card. Well, isn't that the purpose? It is not. Credit is a game. We did not come to play. We came to win. Credit is a game. It is a game. I don't know how else to tell people. It is a game. It has a score. Anything with a score is a game. Do you understand me? That's why the Bible tells us not to keep score, because we're not playing a game with our life. This is a very serious situation. Okay. So credit, it has a score because it is a game. And when you know the game and you create the rules of the game, you master the game, you don't have to play it anymore. You can just start winning. So 740 credit. I have large credit cards, 27,000, 28,000, 27,000, 10,000 is those are my highest credit cards. Okay. I haven't got to the 50K yet. I'm going for that Amex 50K next year. But that's my largest credit card. So the good mix of credit use, meaning I have loans, I have auto, I have home, I have blah, blah, blah. I have different types of lending. I have credit cards that are lines of credit, but they give me a credit card. I have a savings credit card. I have a secured credit card where I took 10,000 worth of cash and put it on a credit card, and they gave me the credit card. They hold it in their account and I use it. I have retail cards. I have all the mixtures. Okay. That's the another way. And then the last way to have a 6-figure credit profile like mine is to use the credit cards responsibly. I do not pay my bills with debit. I do not pay my bills with cash. That is the worst thing that you can do. There's a guy, he's so monotone. I won't bore you guys with his videos, but baby, this man does not play. He will tell you in a heartbeat, do not use your cash to pay your bills. Well, doctor, how do you pay your mortgage with credit? You can't pay credit with credit. I say again, do not use your cash to pay your bills. A mortgage is not a bill. It is an asset-based reality, okay? Bills, utility, gas, food, expenditures. Do not use cash for that. That is the economy that this world created. I mean, the United States of America Incorporated created for you to stay broke. Use credit and leverage credit in order to do that. And then you'll pay your cash to your credit card so you can build the game and you can play the game. So you know how there's like games and you get chips or tokens or I don't know. I don't play games, but I play solitaire. So with solitaire, I get points. So that's how you win. Okay. Leveraging your credit versus your cash to build assets. So that's that. So with that, Dr. O has a 6-figure credit profile, and how I'm going to leverage that 6-figure credit profile. I'm going to max out everything I can and pay it back. Max it, pay it back. Max it, pay it back. Build it out to $500,000. And once I'm at $500,000 of credit, I am going to now transfer all of that into a business credit model that I have created or whatnot, which I will love to share with people as well. I'm not stingy. Everybody knows I'm transparent. So I said all that to say, so you got for a 6-figure credit profile, you're going to have leverage of other people with high credit cards. You're going to have your own high credit cards. You're going to add authorized users to your credit cards, and you're going to be an authorized user on other people's credit cards. That's number one. Number two, you're going to have a 740 plus credit score. That's simply having a good credit mix and paying your bills back. Literally, I promise you. Now, there's other rules to credit, but those two right there will keep you safe, okay? Good mix of credit, paying those people back their money in full, okay, in full, not monthly payments. Unless they're really high monthly payments, not monthly payments, okay? I'm talking about no balances being carried over to the next month. You can call them and make sure that your credits are 5 credit cards are at the 15th and the other 5 are on the 12th or how, the 30th or whatever. You can do all that stuff later. So that's how you do that. 740 credit score plus, because you know how to use your credit. And then you're going to make sure that you have a 6-figure worth of income. A lot of people misread when you apply for credit. It says, what is your total household income? Not your income. Nobody cares about your income in the credit world. And if you put your income in the credit world, they're going to limit you because they're going to know you don't know the game. Dr. O's telling you it's your household. That means every person in that particular location. Okay. Sometimes it ain't my location. I will put my sister's address on my credit. Okay. Because at that location, they're making a certain amount of money at that house that they can go and research and find, and it's legit. And I live there. Okay. When I go there, I clean, I pay bills there and all that. You hear me? So I'm just saying sometimes there's a part of the game. I'm not trying to tell y'all to do anything illegal. I'm telling you how I got to a 6-figure credit profile on my personal social security number. Okay. There are ways to do it. So that's how you build assets. So now when people come to me, I issue microloans. Dr. O, can you invest in my business? Yep. Here you go. Here's a credit card. Here you go. Here's a credit card. I have used my credit card to lend to people, has saved my life. Oh, it saved my life. I don't know what about cash makes people go crazy, but when you give certain people cash money, somehow I don't know, it just like a light switches on, they don't have to pay you back. I don't know. But when you do credit, they like, oh, I gotta pay that payment. I gotta get that back. I don't know what it is. Don't just willy-nilly do it. But I lend my 6 figures worth of credit so Dr. O does not have to lend her cash anymore because I don't want to keep telling the story about how I got robbed. So now I found a way not to get robbed, okay? So that's how I do that. So 6 figures going out is another 6 figures coming in, okay? All right. Any questions about that at all before I move on? Because we have, 3 more points and we're done. Any questions about what I just stated about a 6-figure credit profile, about leveraging to get assets, about assets themselves, or about the term leverage? Are there any questions about, Dr. O, how I do that again? You talk too fast. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Got it.
Okay. So, now that we understand assets and how to leverage them, because credit can become an asset to you, because now I can make money off the assets. I lend out my cars, I lend out my homes, I lend out my credit, I lend out my talent, my skill set, my consulting. Dr. Joppy and I had a massive, real big opportunity. They decided not to come on this opportunity, but Dr. Joppy and I were giving out massive content information, IP. And we were giving out intellectual property that could change nations. And I told Dr. Joppy, this is cute, but we're done until we get our consulting fee. We can't give any more out because we've just changed the game. We can compete with Amazon at the level that Dr. Joppy and I were doing a consulting for someone. And that's not just because we wanted money, but we truly believed in what we were talking about. And it's a global impact. And we were given that global impact level of consultation. Well, when it came time for us to get paid, the conversation dried up real fast. Well, what does that mean? That means that person wasn't practicing leverage. And when people are not practicing leverage, I don't know where you can build wealth. I personally do not know how. I don't know how. And I don't want to know. But I do know this. When you do use leverage, you do build wealth. That I know. That is a principle of wealth, right? So when you want to scale your wealth using your assets, using your credit, as we just talked about, and using your connection. So how do I use my assets? My house is an asset that I use to rent out to gain what? Rental income. Okay? My credit, I use what? For what? To leverage it for what? To lend out for what? To gain money. My connections, I lend out for what? Because I feel like if I can introduce the right people and be a bridge, and they have things called bridge loans. If I can, not if it, because I'm a bridge, they're like, Dr. O, you're a good connector. Dr. O is an activator. She activates the bridge, it goes up and it goes down. It goes up when you a fool and it goes down when you're wise. Do you hear me? I see fools, I start letting that bridge starts going up. I had to learn that the hard way. That bridge goes up. I can't do nothing for you. But when I see wisdom, I lay it down so you can cross over. Foolishness does not get to cross over. But that's the same thing with your money. And so these are your essential pillars for smart investing. So you make your money work for you. You already know this. And if when your money, every dollar, oh my God, I cannot stress this enough. It may not seem like you can do it, but I promise you, you can. Every dollar must be multiplied. It doesn't seem like, because I think sometimes when I say that, people see $1 bill, $1 bill, $1 bill, $1 bill, $1 bill, or 10 or 20 or 100, right? Let's use $100 bill, $100 bill, $100 bill across the table, and you see $100 bills across the table. Did anybody play that game concentration where you put all the cards down and you have to flip them over and concentrate and remember where the other card was? Have y'all ever played that game? I can't see the chat, y'all, so y'all got to.
Yes, we
Okay.
have.
Yes.
That is the leverage game. Okay, so you put all those cards down and you flip it. You don't know what's under each card, but guess what? The more you play, the more you what? Remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the power to create wealth to your ancestors as it is this day. Because they had some stuff they had to do, you have some stuff you're going to have to do. To this day, you have to follow these rules, okay? So when you think about that game, that's all your money, 52 cards, okay, laid on the ground. I mean on the table. And when you flip them over, my $5 should be another $5. I don't want that $5 until I get another 5. I'm not touching that 5 until it creates itself and doubles itself or triples itself or quadruples itself or whatnot, right? That's why people feel, well, Doctor, oh, I got to pay my bills. My bills are coming. I got to pay my bills. My light's going to get cut. I got to pay my bills. I got to drive my car. I got to get gas. I got to. Yeah. But there has to be a day on the calendar. This is where the Holy Spirit's coming right now. The Holy Spirit, there's a day on the calendar where you take time to make sure that you are practicing the laws of leverage. The laws of leverage in your prayer life, your spiritual life, your financial life, your health life, your wealth life, relationship, all the things. A day of leverage. You should have at least one day on your calendar where you sit and leverage. Dr. O, what you doing leveraging? Hey, Deaconess Andrew, I'm leveraging today. Dr. Jappy, you want to know? I'm leveraging today. Well, Prophetess King, I'm leveraging today. Today is leverage day. And when you put a calendar day for leverage day, and that's the day that you flip over those cards and you start seeing, listen, I still have to pay my bills. I still got to eat. I have to go to work. I have to spend time with my family. I have to, right? Since you have to, why don't you have a day where you don't have to do all that stuff so you can plan on how not to have to do all that stuff? If you don't have that on your calendar and you don't have a calculator, then how is it going to ever happen? That's how the devil tricks us to stay in these weird loops of weirdness on a loop of loops, which is hell to me. That's the definition of hell. You can't get out of the loop and you're burning simultaneously and you're stuck there. That's hell to me. And so you have a day of leverage where you're flipping those cards. Okay, let me look at this bank account. Why is it not growing? Okay, let me look at my job, my career, or my business. Why is it not growing? Okay, let me look at my relationship with Boom Chic or Paul. Why is it not expanding? You've got to have a day where you can reflect. You've got to. I don't know what else to say. There's that. There's the Holy Spirit, because that was not a part of my discussion. So anyway, so your money has to be making money for you. Every single dollar has to multiply itself. Every dollar, and a past one. Don't play with God. Past one. Every dollar needs to multiply itself. So then that means that you're going to use your savings and credit wisely to invest. Because if you're not investing, this leveraging game doesn't work. So that's number one. Number two, you're going to build and use your network. Prophetess talked to me about community. I brushed Prophetess off. One day she yanked me. We talking about yanking this morning. We were talking about this game that these African people were playing, and they had to pick the feet of their kids. Their children were under a tarp, and they yanked their child out when they find them. Prophetess yanked me. Was like, "Oh no, we doing this right now," because I did not want to do this again. Right? I did not want to create another fun and do all this stuff because I know the energy that it takes, and I know the mindsets and the people and the frustrations and the timing and the ups and the downs and the ebbs and the flow. And I'm like, Prophetess, I don't want to do it. I ain't got no time. She's like, when we gonna do it, daughter? I'm like, well, Mom, I'd keep brushing her off. She'll call me. We'll be talking about birds and bees and flowers and trees. And she'll be like, yeah, what about the fun? And I'll be like, yeah, Mom. And I'm talking about, she just kept on, kept on. And one day she said, I think we're gonna do this tomorrow. Right? Meaning, I'm going to access a network of people that need to learn this game this winning that we need to do. And so I'm done playing your game. Now it's time for me to win. And so we leveraged a network of people, 54 people plus or so, right? So that is the network. Now, everybody, you don't have to like everybody in your network. Now, they have to be of God. Okay? They have to be. I'm sorry. They do. But you don't have to like them. They don't have to be your best friend. You don't have to be on the phone every day, cack and key being fake and all that weird stuff. If y'all don't have a connection like that, you just don't have a connection like that. You don't have to force it. But this network of people, it does need to be of God and understand the principles of wealth. Now, you don't need their money all the time. Sometimes they may be able to connect you with Bob, who owns sunflower seeds, because you have a guy who owns birds, and the guy who owns birds is going to give you $5 million. But dude with sunflower seeds, if you can't feed the birds, they're going to die. So maybe you just have a relationship and an introduction, but nobody gave you $1 or anything like that. You understand? So it's not always about money. Okay. Number 3, you're going to invest your skills and your time to you, not to other people, Dr. O. I'm talking to myself. Dr. O, you're going to do this for yourself. Why? Because I'm a dope writer. I'm a dope author. I'm an amazing graphic designer. People don't even really know that about me. It's like a secret, right? I'm really good at such and such, or whatever your talent is, right? I'm good at speaking. I'm good at being quiet. Man, some people think that's a super skill, especially nowadays, everybody talking and running their mouth. Being quiet is a superpower, okay? So whatever you're good at, you're going to manage your time for yourself and your household, your legacy, right? But you're going to team up with other people that can take that not advantage of you, but take it to an advantage point for you. Some people will come and take advantage of you. Some people will help give you an advantage. What would you rather have? Rhetorical. Y'all don't have to answer me. I already know the answer. So, in order to do that, once people see you treat yourself well, they know that they gotta either play some really tough games to get you off your mark, or they better just come correct. Okay. And we rather them just come correct. So you're going to invest your skills and times. You're going to enhance your abilities. Well, Dr. O is now a court-appointed mediator, but I'm still going to training every Monday. I graduated. I have my certification. I've even been on some mediations, and I've gotten a check. I've gotten paid, y'all. Dr. O done made her little money back, okay? So I made my money. I got my first check a couple of weeks ago, okay, from mediations, and I'll get another one soon. It takes like 45 days to get paid, but whatever. The point is that I'm using my skill set as a mediator to do what? To leverage it for more income, because I met someone who trained me. Well, I didn't stop my training every Monday, whether I want to go on the call or I don't. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, as I'm rolling my eyes, I don't want to be on those calls on Mondays. I do not. But I do. Okay. I do have to be on those calls for me to keep on learning from the best. We're talking about a woman who is the best of the best, who has divine protocol for the entire mediation community in the world. So I got to be on those calls. I don't like to be on them, but I do have to leverage my time. Does that make sense? All right. So that's number 3. So last but not least, when we're scaling our wealth and why it matters, I have to use my assets and my credit so I can invest in opportunities. Well, how to use your credit to invest. How I do it, to use my credit card. There is crypto you can buy with credit. Well, how you do that, Dr. O? Find a platform. Google, ChatGPT. What platforms allow me to use my credit cards to buy crypto? I just helped y'all for free. Y'all ain't got to pay me for that. There's platforms that allow you to use credit to purchase crypto. Okay. I'm not saying to go out there and buy crypto. You can lose your shirt. It dropped from like, what was it, like 120 down to 118, got up to 119 and flopped to 115. I know a lot of people was like, no, they probably sold and everything. And Dr. O got real rich because I'm not selling nothing, never, not ever, not never. I will leverage my crypto before I ever sell it. There's a platform called Nexo, Nexo.io. Nexo.io. You put your crypto up in there or a platform like it, not that one specifically, but a platform like it. You put your Bitcoin in there or Ethereum, whatever platform, whatever currency it is. They will give you money, cash money to your bank in 24 hours. Okay? And they will never use your crypto. You will never sell it. You will always be there, provided you pay them that cash back. That's leverage. That is how you build wealth. That is how you keep the devil off your back. Money is a what? Defense. Money answereth what? All things. So whenever you are able to leverage your money like that, so you say, okay, Dr. O, I'm going to find a platform where I can use my credit card to buy crypto. I'm going to use my credit card, which you have to have one. If you don't have one, you need to get one. Get with me offline because I'm going to be in your business. And yes, I'm judging you if you don't have a credit card. I am. But it's a proper judgment, a righteous judgment, and the type of judgment that will bring forth order, not the type that will curse you, but will bless you. You better have a credit card. So you use your credit card to buy the crypto. The crypto grows. You take the profit. From the crypto and pay your bills. That starts freeing up your cash. You take that cash and you pay your credit back. So you just created an ecosystem. Credit, crypto, cash. Credit, crypto, cash. Did you have to go get a loan? No. Do you have to go call Bob and Tom? No. Did you need to ask somebody for help? No. You did it for yourself. And that's what this entire platform is, creating your own and building your own economy. Look at the top of the paper. We are creating your own economy, not Dr. O's. So I'm telling you how I do it. This is what I do, and I'm telling you my secrets because I love you. No, I'm telling you my secrets because this is not normal for people to tell how they do it. You see Bob with 55,000 cars and you see so-and-so on the golf course and you don't know how they got that big old mansion with 20 bedrooms that they don't use. You don't have any idea. Well, I'm telling you what they do. They leverage. That's the only way. There's no other way. You can't afford a $20 million house, right? You can be as rich as you want to be, a billionaire. You know what billionaires are rich from? Leveraging stock. They don't have no cash like that. Nobody has $1 billion worth of cash except for illegal activity people, okay? If you have legal money, you're using credit somewhere, you're leveraging a relationship somewhere, or you're leveraging an asset somewhere. You don't have it. America does not have $352 trillion. They don't. But they can leverage that much. Why? Because there's so much value. And I'm going to tell y'all the secret about America. This is something God gave me the other night. I don't even know why I went down this rabbit hole, but baby, I went and I left the planet. The United States of America, Japan has put $743 billion into America. I'm going to say that one more again. Google it. Chat AI it. I don't care what you do. Japan put $743 billion into America. Pause. My thought process was, why? You know what I mean? Like, I know America's dope and all, but what? Then I said, well, who else? Who else put that much money over here? Who owns us? I'm trying to figure out who's the master over here. I began to do research in Google. This took 5 hours, by the way. I was in ChatGPT for 5 hours. They kicked me out of ChatGPT. Do y'all hear me? They were like, man, we cannot do anything for you anymore. We're done. I went so deep down that rabbit hole, but I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to leave it right there to let you know the value of the United States. I'm going to give you one word on why a lot of countries, go research how many countries put billions into America every year. Hear me good, every year. Why? Why don't you value yourself? What would that look like, Prophet? Profit sends me $743 billion. Wouldn't GBFIC be getting the question like, what the value she got? What we got GBFIC here. Why is she not investing in these members? Why is she not investing in Missouri? Why is she investing in Texas? Why is she investing in Omai? Wouldn't that make you question what Omai has? Somebody talk to me. Come off your mic and talk to me. Wouldn't that make you question what that is?
Yes.
I did. Mom, the reason why Japan and so, I'm not going to name the other countries. I want you to do your own research. The reason why all these countries want to be in America, not come here and live here. No. But work the slave farms that y'all call jobs, work the slave farms that we call businesses, work the slave farms that we call banks. The reason why people want to be in the United States of America is because the United States of America produces coal. COAL. And I'm like, well, Africa produces coal. Well, India produces coal. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? This doesn't make any sense. But when you start studying technology, you start studying utilities and energy and electricity, you ain't had no electricity without no coal. And what do you need electricity for? The internet. You can't use the internet without it at all. Do y'all hear me? I'm like, what? My mind is just blowing, because I'm like, get gold, get silver, get precious metals, rhodium, palladium, get gold, get diamonds, get rubies, emeralds, onyx, get this, get that. That's God's money. Oh, this is God's money. Y'all getting that man-made money. Get that fiat currency is bad. Ooh, that's bad. Get gold. And God was like, you're selling my people on gold. That was for 2024. Gold is skyrocketed since, okay? And it's not going down. Gold is amazing. If you didn't get in, you missed it. That doesn't mean you can't get in it, but it's gone, okay? But coal is the secret sauce of America. So I'm gonna leave it right there because I don't want the people on my phone. You hear me? Because I don't need nobody coming to my door. I'm just gonna let y'all know because I was like, what, billions? That's insane to me. I'm sorry. That was a tangent. Let me get off of it. All right. So the United States is leveraging its value to other countries. People are knocking down their door to get over here. We don't know why. We think, oh, y'all just want to come over here because y'all's country is bad. Y'all want to come over here because y'all's country is corrupt. Y'all want to come over here because America's rich. No, they see what was written on them walls in Egypt and the walls in the Mayan places and the walls in Russia and all these other places, the Grand Canyon where you can't go. They saw what was on those walls and they won't tell you. And I'm telling you what was on the walls. COAL. That was on the walls. Okay. That's why people want to come to America. But that's for another story. Now, my point in saying all of that is that if you have countries sending billions, that type of billions over here a year, do y'all hear me? That's close to $1 trillion. I hope y'all understand that. That's a lot of money. I'm like, where the heck are they getting all that money? Excuse my French. Where are they getting that type of money from? Humans, us, Nikes, Reebok, Starbucks, McDonald's, HEB, Walmart, Kroger, blah, blah, blah. That's where they're getting the money from. So I'm like, oh, okay. So we're spending. They're grabbing, and then they're putting it back in this economy for us to spend while they get rich. Okay. So that's called leveraging. And that's why I'm asking you to leverage your own bank account. Okay. So we're going to tap into our connections, our networks. And so now we're going to master our leverage. Okay. So that means that you've got to identify what you can leverage. That means you need to recognize your assets, your skills, your time, your network, your people. Get a hit list of these are my top 5 people. These are the richest friends I have. These are the most praying people I know. These are the people that fast the most. These are the people that do really good in communications. You're going to have to start, spending your leverage day, that day of leverage every single month. You're going to spend that day taking inventory because your wealth will not be built because you want it. Money does not move off of desire and need. Right? They sell you need to get you to come up out your pocket, but that's not how it's built. That is a system of usage of wealth. But to build wealth, it goes off of pure action and precept upon precept, glory upon glory. Okay. So then we're going to leverage our network, our people. Well, Dr. Oh, I don't know anybody. That's really good, actually. If you don't know anybody, guess who you need to get to know besides God? Yourself. If you don't know anybody, you need to know the top 5 things about you, the top 5 ways you can make money, the top 5 ways you can build credit, the top 5 ways if you don't have anybody good, now you can focus on yourself. What are the top things you need to be working on with you and or your children, spouses, or whatever? Okay. So it's like, I don't know people. Yeah, you don't. And even the people you think you know, you might not still know them. Okay. They don't even know themselves. So then you're going to leverage your network. You're going to maximize your skill and your time, because you've got to turn your expertise into income. You know how to cook pancakes. You got the best pancakes. You're going to teach somebody for $25. Well, doctor, oh, that's not a lot of money. Well, I don't care. Did you make $1? Are you making $1 from your skill set? Because if you can't make one, you can't make 10. So are you leveraging your time to make money? Most of us with a job, yes. Are you leveraging your skill to make money? Most of us like prophets who can do counseling and things like that, yes. But how do you increase the factor? Groups. That's the only answer. I'm giving you all that free. Groups. Without groups, you're not going to make it. If you got 25 people you counsel for $25 each, you're going to make way more money than that one-on-one counseling session. Everything's not for the public. I get it. But whatever you can do in groups, do it. Whatever you still need to do in private, do it. But groups, masses, all that stuff. Okay. So now we're going to take some action steps. We're going to apply for low interest loans or lines of credit if you don't have a credit card. You're going to invest those into income generating opportunities like real estate, business ventures, crypto, whatever you can buy with credit that is an asset. Google, what assets can I buy with credit? What assets can I buy with a credit card? And then see what pops up and go buy one. $5, $2, $3, $4. Because people be thinking Dr. O's talking in the millions, and I'm always talking incremental. I'm a macro-minded person who practices. I'm a macro person who practices micro steps. So you're gonna have to, if you want to buy $4 worth of cryptocurrency, I'm good with that. I like that. Do you own Bitcoin? That's my question. If you don't, go buy $5 worth of Bitcoin, $20 worth of Bitcoin. The other day, I taught my neighbor. He's the cutest thing ever, y'all. I taught my neighbor. My neighbor owns $10 worth of Bitcoin. My neighbor owns $1 worth of Nvidia. Do y'all hear me? He is so excited. I like, and that was it. Meeting adjourned, class
Well,
adjourned. I'm not. He is so excited about it. That's what I love. I don't care if you put 10 million on Bitcoin. Nah, I do, because you're gonna be a billionaire, you know what I'm saying, tomorrow. But I'm just saying, like, Bitcoin's going to $250,000. Nvidia is going back up to $1,200. I'm telling y'all, I have never missed. And it's not because I'm smart. It's because I just don't miss. I don't miss because I study to show thyself approved. It's in the books. I posted something in the chat. I had to take it down because I forgot it was Wednesday, and I do not disrespect my parents on Wednesday because I respect Bible study. And I posted something on Wednesday, but I put a quote. I put whatever I put in there on Tuesday. Do y'all know that the Wall Street Journal, CNN, Forbes magazine, blah, blah, name them, they did literally almost to the science of what I typed in the chat. They posted it on Wednesday in the news. And I was just typing on my talking. I wasn't even typing. I was talking on my phone to y'all in the group me in the Macedonia fund. I was just talking. And I was just talking from my brain. I wasn't looking or reading. And everything I said was printed the next day. And I posted it. I was like, oh my God, everybody's at church. And I took it out. I deleted it. But I wanted y'all to see that it's not me. It's not Dr. O. It's not Prophetess Blackstock. There's a God that is communicating to his people. And he's telling us what to say and do, even when we don't know how to do what we're doing. You understand? So I'm saying all that to say that you need to go out and apply. If it's $1, $2, $3, $5, whatever. But go based off your faith. If your faith tells you you're going to do 100, do 100. If you have 1,000, do 1,000. If you have 10,000, do 10,000. But you've got to be careful because you can lose. I don't see how you're going to lose on crypto or Nvidia, but hey, anything can happen in the market, okay? Trump could do a post and there it goes, okay? So don't trust the market, but do trust God. So use your tools, delegate tasks. If Dr. I don't have nobody, you better find somebody.com. First in you, well, first in God, but first in yourself, human of the human culture, right? Then those closest to you. If those closest to you are not helping you leverage your life and your skill set, I don't understand why they have access to you. That's the weirdest thing to me ever. I'm getting rid of access of people to me that are millionaires, billionaires, celebrities, stars. They have some value, and I still got to cut them off. because they have too much access to me that's draining me of the things that God told me to do. Y'all, and so some people, not y'all, I apologize. Let me be clear. Some people can't cut off a broke person. That is so weird to me. I'm like, I'm cutting off
Come on, say that now.
I'm cutting off people of value. I have to cut those type of people off. Y'all hear me? I have to, that's the level of people I gotta cut off. That feed billions of people with their talents or times or whatever. I'm cutting those people off. And people have a hard time cutting off a dude or a girl who's cussing and disrespecting, drinking and smoking and popping and twerking and all that. You got a tough time cutting that person off. And I have to cut off people that matter to the world. That day, I'm gonna leave that right there. Anyway, so put your leverage into action. You're going to start using your skills, your connections, your resources to create new opportunities. You can slow to grow it. You can baby step it. Listen, milk before meat. Okay. No judgment there. I'm judging you for not having a credit card, but I'm not going to judge you if it's a $200 limit. I love it. I'll take a $200 limit. I'm okay with that. But do you have a credit card? Do you use the credit card? Now you're going to put that into action. You're going to start using your skills, connections, and resources to create new opportunities. You're going to use your skills, resources, connections to create new opportunities. You're going to stay consistent. You're going to keep refining your strategy, not Dr. O's strategy. Her strategies are for people that are macro. And I know people are not macro, they're micro. I take micro steps just so I can have good relationships. Okay? Because I'm macro all day. I wouldn't have no friends. The only person that would be my friend on the earth would be Elon Musk. Do y'all hear me? If I was myself, my real self, and I wasn't humble enough, I wouldn't be able to talk to nobody because I'm macro all day, meaning I'm gonna be planning for the year 3000. Who wants to be that person's friend? That's not gonna be fun at all, right? So God has shown me how to be micro in order to get to the macro. So that's a God thing for me. But most people are micro, meaning they take small baby steps to get to a big mountain. I just get in a helicopter and go to the top. They want to climb and all that. I'm not doing all that. I don't like all that. But I understand it. Okay. People like crawl before you walk. I'm like, can we just fly, please? You got wings, I promise. Anyway, so you're gonna start practicing those things that are good for you, not Dr. O's way, because my way might hurt you. Okay. So you're gonna put all that into action. You're gonna stay engaged. And our next meeting is gonna be on 8/25/25. Okay, every 25th day of the month. And so that's our next meeting. And if anybody has questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. This is a very good time to ask me stuff. Even if you want to text me offline and have a private conversation with me, these meetings are for you to get some detail that should jog you. You should be fired up about one thing I've said, and I promise you I will talk to you about it offline as well. Everything doesn't need to be public, okay? Any questions, comments, or concerns? Because we're done. And we did it in an hour, y'all. I did it in an hour.
Hey, I
Dr.
just want to say this is excellent as always. I'm an avid learner. I don't know everything. I do know some stuff, but this is excellent, excellent, excellent as always. And I just appreciate you so willingly to share your knowledge. You're giving us the free 99 because you can certainly be charging a lot of money for this. So
Amen.
I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Well, this is nobody care about my parents going on date night with their 32 years of marriage. That's so cute. I just saw his note. um but no, I appreciate you. And yes, and so people are investing their time with me. So I know what you're saying about it being free 99, because yes, I can charge, and I will. And God on me about that, Dr. Joppy. Matter of fact, God told me, because I was going to do $26 a month for next year, and God said no, it's $260 a month. And then in 2027, it's going to be $2,700 a month. But this is me learning how to be micro, right? Learning how to do the process, learning how not to do stuff for free, right? But in relationship, Dr. Joppy, you've given me as much, right? Deaconess DeAndrea, like everybody has given me so much, right? And so this is definitely a community of people, very private, okay? But I said all that to say, Dr. Joppy, you're absolutely correct. There's a lot of skill set that we just give away And until we start, one of my mentors always said, you need a leverage mentorship. You need a monetized mentorship. That's what he would say, excuse me. Tony B. Stevens. You need a monetized mentorship. You don't monetize mentorship. You're too cute and too pretty, and you don't know how to monetize mentorship. He would always say that. And I was like, I don't, because why are we charging people for stuff that God said? You know, it's so weird to me. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, you know what I mean? But then on the backside of that is, I done taught y'all how to do this stuff. Will y'all go in on a box truck with me? And you can't say I didn't teach you how to get the money. So when I come and ask you for that favor, and I find out you don't want to give me the favor after all I've done for you, then I'm done, right? No more free 99. So I appreciate you for bringing that up. But God is working with me on how to monetize that better. And it's so tough because I know people need this information. I know they're not going to learn it without getting scammed. And I know that other people charge out the wazoo for this type of information because it is valuable. It can change your life in a night. But anyway, that's for another topic. But does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns?
This was
Okay.
good. So I appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate you, King. I love your voice. Just keep talking to me. Just pray for me. Pray with me, pray for me, pray to me. I don't care. Like, not to me like God, but I mean, like, I want to hear your voice. But yeah, so thank you, Kiara. I appreciate you. I thank you, Latasha. I thank you, Sidra. I thank you, Rhonda and Deaconess Andrew. Everybody, GBFIC came through like they do. As long as they're not traveling or prophetess doesn't have them on a mission, baby. Y'all always support your sister. So thank you. And Dr. Joppy, thank you for supporting as well. So we're gonna jump off here. This was recorded. I did put it on. It is on YouTube, so I'll send out the link and make sure everybody has it. We'll be posting it in the chats and things of that nature for the replay. And this one, I don't know. I just wanted to give it out. I won't record the next sets of them for the rest of the year. They won't be recorded publicly, but I'll put them on private recordings for the group. All right. So leverage, do something, please. Two things. Make sure that you set a leverage day for yourself. It could be 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours. You're not talking to nobody. You're not on the internet. You're not doing no Google. You're not watching TV. You can listen to music and stuff like that. But you're going to focus on leverage. Okay. How do you leverage? How do you get better? Who do you need to get rid of? Who do you need to bring into your life? If you don't have somebody, how do you manifest that group or that leader or mentor or whatever it is you're going for? And then last but not least, you're going to use your credit to buy crypto. Do that research. That's two things. I said a lot, but that's two things I really want to hear about the next time I talk to everybody. And I will be calling everybody privately. Okay. And I want to know, what did you do? Okay.com. And if you don't have a credit card, you need to do three things. If you do have a credit card, you need to do two things. So I'll send everyone a message, I guess closer to the next time. All right.
Thank you, Dr. O.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Stay blessed.
Too.
Thank you.
Later.
So